What's up, YouTube? Steampunk Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, bringing you a new segment, SteamPunk's Derpy Tips. Okay, so I'd like you to draw your attention to this card, Divine Judgment of the Spellbooks. It is broken in any opinion I know. It adds a spellbook for every spell card that was played during the turn it's activated, including itself, to your hand, and it lets you special summon a spellbook or a monster, a spellcaster type monster whose level is equal to or lower than the amount of spell cards you added with its effect. So this card is absolutely nonsense in spellbooks, and I'd like to talk to you guys today about how to abuse it and how to abuse some other cards too. So how do we abuse this? The first card I'd like to show you guys is Infinite Cards. This card is hilarious in spellbooks. If you know how to play it, well, all you have to do is just play it. But it lets you keep all of the cards you search off of Divine Judgment, essentially. You won't have to discard anything. You get to have as many cards in your hand as you want. So you can have all of the spellbooks. You can have all the cards in your hand, especially if you play Justice off of Judgment's effect, and then plus off of Judgment, get a High Priestess and another spellbook. You won't have to discard any of it with infinite cards. I've been playing spellbooks with infinite cards and the other tech card I want to talk about, and it has just been a joy to like activate infinite cards and be like, yeah, I'm gonna hold all of my spellbooks for next turn, and then you're gonna get fucked up. So infinite cards, definitely consider it, especially in the mirror match. If you activate your Divine Judgment on their turn, it'll be just sick. You'll get to keep all your spellbooks, and like, even if you don't have any plays during the next turn, you won't have to discard anything. So infinite cards, definitely consider it, guys. Really fun. The other card I'd like to talk about is Table. This is essentially 3 free spell cards for Divine Judgment. So if you draw this card and Divine Judgment, you essentially get 4 cards during the end turn if you don't play any other spellbooks. So all you have to do is just play this guy, search for 2 more copies in that order, like play it, search, play it, search, play it, and then you search out Gemini Elf. She is a spellcaster. She's 1900, and she doesn't have a bad effect. If she does battle damage, your opponent discards a card from their hand. So this could only be really bad against Dark World, but I mean, it's 1900, you know, crashes with T-Kings and stuff. Pretty good if you really need to use it. And, you know, it's essentially just there to search off Table. So those are the cards that I think make Divine Judgment like even more broken than it already is, because Table is just free spell cards, and infinite cards lets you keep anything you really searched and anything you had during the turn. So, you know, just advantage out the ass. The next deck I'd like to talk about, me and Jack Asian have been working on it for a while. Harpies, with their new support, are going to be really good. I really don't think they're going to be anything tier, but they are fun and like a really good deck to play. A card I'd like to talk about is Quill Pen. I really enjoy this card in the Harpy deck, and you know, wonder why people aren't playing it to begin with. It bounces a card, and you recycle any wind monsters you need, any of your Harpy ladies, any of your pet dragons, channelers, queens, even Tengus if you play them, and it recycles your plovers. You know, it recycles all of that stuff, and you get to bounce a card on your opponent's side of the field to their hand. What's better than that? Well, drawing cards, but you know, Avarice is at 1, so I definitely suggest Quill Pen. I know a lot of you people are going to say just run Emerald, but I'd rather go into a Plover than an Emerald, and I'd rather use Plover's effect than use Emerald's effect to do what I could have done with Quill Pen. The last deck I'd like to talk about is Merlin Ian's. I am playing this deck at YCS Miami, and I might run my special super secret tech if I do. And that card is Magical Mallet. For all those dead controllers and Dead Moon Glaciers or Megalos, just send them back to the deck and draw a whole new hand or whatever. make your Undines live so you can salvage them back and use them. The thing I hate most about an Atlantean deck is a dead Undine or a handful of controllers. So this solves both of my problems. I get to send the controllers back, I get to send anything else I want to back, and draw, same number of cards. Hopefully they'll be different. Usually there's still one controller in there, but that doesn't matter. As long as my other Undines are live, I'm happy. So I really like this card. I run it too in Merlin Ian's just because I can put back anything I need to put back, anything dead or anything like that. So I can, reuse effects or get new cards if I need a top deck gold or whatever. Well, that's it for my first episode of SteamPunk's Derpy Tips. If there's cards you want to see in future episodes, message me, comment on the video, or hit me up on Facebook.